Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the second part of this drawing session of the famous actress, Bollywood actress. So, remember, many people don't realize that part of the drawing requires a drawing process. And the drawing process is what takes you from a drawing from zero all the way to finish. And this drawing process is unique to many artists. So a lot of the drawing process, think of the drawing process as anything that involves from a blank canvas, blank piece of paper, all the way to a wonderful piece of art, right? And most people who watch it likes the whole process of the drawing, but not necessarily understand or appreciate what's behind the techniques and the process that's involved in making this drawing. So in digital, the drawing process has been further broken down, but to layers, right? So people think you need layers to draw in digitally, and that's only because the entire evolution of the digital application, drawing application, has evolved to support people who are not necessarily artists but want the tools to make, digital graphics like logos, web graphics. So that's how it evolved, and it continues to this day. And people are not aware of the process of drawing, which is the drawing process, which is I have broken down in with Paintology. And this process of drawing means that you can take a drawing from here. This is the half of the drawing process. You could think of it that I used in order to build up to this picture, the final picture here. Okay, so this is where we're trying to achieve, and this is where we got so far. So we're going to continue building up this picture, just like they do in traditional materials. The problem is the drawing process is so unique in the traditional world to each individual that it's difficult to break it down until now, where Paintology has broken down this drawing process to stepwise manner that you can follow because you have the same platform, same phone, you got the same settings. It's not like in traditional, you're trying to copy someone else and aspire to their level of confidence or level of ability, and you can't because you don't have all the nuances of the individual artist, which is at play all the time when they continue to draw or paint something. So here, gives you an opportunity to improve your understanding of the drawing process. In fact, the drawing process is not spoken about because I typed it in Google, and Google does not even register it as part of a drawing process in the traditional art or the digital art. And in fact, there's only one YouTube of someone speaking about the drawing process, which is a little alien to what the true process of drawing is. So let's fire away and let's get ahead and try and, because we got an hour to get this to close to here. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. And some of you will already know that this is no brainer for me. And others will think, really? You're going to do that? Well, it's very easy. And I'll show you how. Now that we've done this stage, all we do is now build the details. You must know that this is very similar to drawing in the traditional medium. When you watch someone paint in acrylics, they're not using layers, digital layers. They're using one bit after another, and that's what digital does allow you to do. That, whatever you may think. Okay, so let me approach the. Let me take this down. Sorry, I got to remember what my developer told me. save and open it up again. We want to see what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and do this lips. Watch how quickly one can do the lips with minimum. I'm going to take that down. Remember I was at 7-8%? I'm going to take it down even further. And watch how this lips improves significantly with your appreciation of tones. Right? I'm just getting close to the tones, you know, applying tones. That's all I'm doing. Just refining this at a very localized stage. And then even get this, looks like a white bit. And you can see how quickly you can even further refine this. No tools required. You'll see that how I've used the color picker to refine this. So look how quickly we've refined that. Now watch what I do with this. This, you can see, this is dark tone, right? This one. All right, so how do we actually make it darker? Very easy. Got to take it down to a brush size that defines the size of that. And then we picked a color tone that is very close to that. I'm going to even push it up even more. I can move it on the slider. Is this the right size? It's a little smaller, but let's go up a bit. That's good. That's good. And then let's see. Look at that, it's so dark. Okay, there. And now we've got to go this here, pick that, look where the tone is here, and then refine this lower part of the lip. Look at that, and then just, and then how do we get these little speckles of white? Well, get the color picker again, get those white marks right there. See that? And then we have this. Let's see. Look at that lips. So how quickly we approach that. The only thing is that now you can see we have this shade of tone. Look. So what we're going to do is increase that to the size, approximate size of that, right? And then just use our brush. You see, we can increase it, use a brush to define that darker patch of areas, right? This is just like pencil drawing. Nothing different. Now we can pick this color, then bring that color along, just a light color. And look, this color goes to here. So you got that, okay? Let's see what that looks like. I'm sure that's going to look good. Just that little change. Yep, excellent. Now I feel like I've been waiting to tackle these eyes. So I'll get back on the lower brush. So I've not even touched the hardness. This is another way of getting gradients of the tones, but I will we'll go through it in another class, yeah? So 2%. Look what we have here. We've got these very dark tones. You know, well, I'm beginning to think this is a drawing that I've picked. So what I'm doing is I'm basically just defining what I'm looking at here, right? I'm just really sketching out what I'm seeing. That's all, right? Nothing more. Remember, we laid down a few of the tones earlier, so we don't have to worry about that. But I'm just laying down. You'll see a big difference in the... so this is good all the way. And then if you want to see, this is where it's helpful to see the form. Just go so you can see the drawing and, okay? Lovely black tones that, remember at the top of the, look how the grayscale is, really. And then there's a dark tone here that goes out here, and then just make sure it forms the shape there. So we can use that to get the more of the tones that we're looking for. Then here, see what I'm doing? It's really helping me to appreciate how the drawing and with the reference images work. You don't have to. This is in the digital drawing method, trace method, that's far surpasses the traditional method. Yeah. Then here, look at these dark tones. You really begin to appreciate it. And then here. And if you're not getting it, just then these colors, this color, and getting these tones down, giving the impression of the three. Look at that white. Do you see that little bit of the white? Got that down on there. And then we can go back straight to this lovely white color, dense, right, which most eyes have anyway. Let's look at that. Look how we formed that eye, right? And now we're going to do the same thing with the left eye. And that's all it is. It's like it's your traditional drawing technique brought to the digital world without tools. You see, I don't spend my time fiddling back and forth between tools. So I'll just do the right eye. Again, I've got a very small brush, 1.6%, okay? And then now I'm gonna go switch back and forth between my drawing using that cursor button here. That's it, there. So if you're not getting the tone right away to the tone that you're seeing, you've got the option of sliding on the whisk. Okay, we should save this. I don't want to get a bad rap with the developers. Look, these little bits here I'm doing, that actually adds texture. You may not believe it, but that's how most artists get away with doing the minimum. And if you go to a museum, what do you see? When you look at an art piece very close up, it's a mishmash of colors. You know, but yet it projects something unique within the painting. Okay, look at this dark one. I'm going to do that. So I need the help and guidance of the trace so I can get that down. Okay, that's really important that you use that trace where you really improve expanding. Look now, it's all black. Yeah, look at that, the grayscale's gone practically black. And now if you want to refine the shape, just keep it above the midway point. Don't have to go all the way, and just refine the shapes that you need. Pupil, right? So it's reasonably close, and then the lower eyebrow, right there. Then you get this beautiful white, even though it's not obvious, but let's put that white there as well, why not, right? Pretty sure this reference image is an actual drawing, but it is photorealistic. You see how they spent doing that. I'm pretty sure it's a photo. It's an actual drawing, not an actual photograph. I'm pretty sure. You see how you get to know when you can tell me if it's a photograph or not. You can please do the research. Just a crisscross. Just getting the general shape. Right. Okay, we got that lovely white bit that we want to. Look at that, it's all the way down there. And do we have another one? Yeah, we have another. another white here, okay? So let's look at that now. So that's the left eye that we've done, okay? It's looking good. I think how we're doing for time. I think we're going to finish this. Oh, we've still got quite a bit of time. So these are the eyes, the lips. Now we can do the nose, but I'm going to have to do what my developers told me. And that is to open it up again. Okay. So our drawing, look how far we've taken it. Yeah, and then I'm going to show you the rest of the piece. So this is really a great exercise in learning to shade with the phone. Believe it or not, this wouldn't look like a digital drawing, would it? Because have I accessed any tools? No, just simply. Now I can see clearly what needs to be done here. Here I can see that this bit's not done refined. So I'm going to increase that brush, maybe a tad more, and then pick this and then refine this right there. I mean, I'm sure she works very hard, and we can forgive her if she's got a few bags under the eyes. Right, there you are. Now what we can do is let's fix the nose. Yeah, look what we've got in the nose. Let's look at that. All right, I've got this and this sort of tone that's happening here. Right, okay, and then a bit of a light tone here on the. So we got to keep it close to the. And then tones here. You can see it. You're tuning your tone. And then we have, remember it's not quite white here because we haven't touched this. It's gray. So let's increase it so it covers part of the nose. Okay. Then we got tones here. Right, keeping it tightly localized so I don't want to overstretch. Tones here. Okay. And the tones here. So it's a little darker, right? And then look at these tones. Look at this. Really, the tones are very similar to most of the tones around her nose. Very similar, nothing different. The light tone. See, when you get good control, right, then the nose, you can see we missed out the tones, but we're ready to tackle that here. Then the darker there and around the rim there is quite dark. Here. That's it. See what I'm doing? Then there's definitely a tone. There's a tone here, but then there's a light tone here, which you can get that, grab that. And then we got this tone that always happens on the outside of that nose. If you've drawn portraits before, you'll know what I'm talking about. And this bit, it's so obvious after a while what needs to be done. There's what the dark tones are. There. Then here. just follow the down here. Tones. Look at that, just getting the right tones. And then we can take it down to tackle those nostrils, which is quite distinct, isn't it? And then if we don't get the right shape, we can follow it there. Okay. And then that's we have. So that's not bad actually. It's looking quite good. So now let's turn our attention away just a little bit to the perimeters. You know, the face here on the edge. Obviously, we didn't do a good job on that, did we? So we're gonna take it all the way to the black, and then we got this just fine. Got this. So we're just keeping it. I'm reluctant to use. I would have gone for the. I would have honestly gone for the line brush for this, but I'm not. Right, just so we can see that we don't overstep that dark. So you can see, so dark, so we want to do the same, isn't it? And then I picked a smaller brush so we have more control. I could increase it to 2%, not a big deal. Yeah. And then we'll fix it afterwards. Right, this is really good exercise in drawing. And I don't think the black extends any more further. But we need to go all the way to that side. So this is the edge that we can comfortably make it black and use much of the black very quickly on the other side. Right, so much better, isn't it? The face is now, because even though I've just formed the perimeter, that's all I've done. I don't want to define anything yet, and I'll do that afterwards. But right now I'm not going to define anything yet, so let's see where else that dark thing plays a part. It's actually not, can you see, it's not completely like black. It's actually got shade which we can add afterwards. Right. So we've got that bit. Now what we're going to do, well, we're going to, let's now focus on, well, we've got this 2% brush. Do we need anything else? Can you see that there, depending on where you look at, there's some areas that needs to be tackled. Oh yeah, I can see where we need that. We need to go all the way down here. Okay, there. So now I think I'm going to finish the hair and then move back to the face. So I'm going to see if I've got the opportunity of putting some hair lines here with the dark, giving the illusion. Again, giving the illusion of hair, nothing more. And you don't want to spend too much time on the hair. You could. Maybe someone who's of the the other gender will probably say, you got to make the hair look good, you know, because hair is very important to some people. But to me, it's just putting out the, look at that, just giving the illusion of hair, you know, just adding this smaller brush, giving these sort of fine lines. Ooh, just realized we got a really dark patch here, so I'm going to increase that. I'm going to take that and then just, I didn't have that dark patch before, so I'm going to add this dark patch. Remember the tone here? So this dark patch here, very dark. So just trying to capture these tones. Remember, I've gone back to tonal thinking again. All right, so now let's do the chin. Let's see. I gotta do the, let's just fix this on that side. Okay, there. And then I'll show you the, let's do that for now. Okay, let me now go and save it. Then go back. Then I'm going to open it up again, my paintings. And then I have this. Right, so I got this, I've come this far. So I'm going to do the chin here, the chin part, just to make it look a little bit realistic. Yeah, so let's take a good look. It's very important you take a look at the reference image. If it's not in trace mode like this, you need to observe what's on the actual screen or in front of you, yeah? When you're freehand drawing. There. So 3.5% I've tried to, then I'm going to refine this shape here, these colors here. Okay, can you see that there's another nice, then we're going to have this. 4% is quite big, but from what I'm trying to achieve, doesn't seem to be enough. Look, we didn't put any colors down there. Now these colors will give it volume and shape. These tones, yeah? See these tones? And it's still quite right there. Look at these tones. We just develop these dark tones. Don't stretch too much. Right, look at these tones. They're going gradually getting darker. Darker. We can always come and correct this. Look, this is very dark here. And that's why I put that band around there, isn't it? Don't be afraid to put down the colors. Alright, these are the real tones. And the real tones is what you need to put down. And then what we have here, so it's, you see I'm following the strokes of the chin, right? There. Always do that because shadows has a tendency to follow a particular shape. And then the more you do it, the more believable your drawing will be. See, I'm following the direction of that tone, yeah? Of the shape, the actual shape. Now we've got this darker tone here. It's only got a dark tone. But look at this color here, this tone that's happening here. I'm going to take it down so I have more control. Look at this here. It's quite dark. So let me just take it down up a bit, the brush. So you'll find you'll be able to intuitively pick the colors. Look, it's very dark here, so that's what we're going to do. Let's lower this. So all the way up to here. This. Just about here. It's black. And then a little tone that goes okay. We're not refining it yet, just laying down the tones that we missed in our earlier. Then this the same tones here. This that's sort of the light tone, darker tone here. And then what we have, got this patch of tone. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, it's not quite that light, so let's take some of that down. And then what we have here, we've got a little bit of something dark here, but might as well. We don't want too much details in it. So that's the tone. How are we going to fix that? Like she's got makeup that's gone wrong. So let's try and fix that, yeah? So let's save this. And let's see what we're going to do. We've got the tones here, and we've got a 12%. I'm going to just take it back, retract. And then we pick a tone here. Let's see, it's quite light. Could be. Then we got this tone here. It's quite much lighter, isn't it? It seems to not get that light tone. Okay. It's alright, isn't it? What do you think? So pick a tone. Maybe I'm gonna pick. See how I'm trying to achieve a blending without using any blending tools. It's just not getting the color I want exactly, but it's not bad. That's too harsh. It's like made it very like it's almost like, and then I could capture some of that black and just fade it out, right? Yes, that looks not bad. And then what we have here, we have this color, and then we can just, so because it's coming out towards the light, we can use the grayscale. Right. Okay. I think that's all right, isn't it? Now let's shape some of the... That's the neckline. That's the Adam's apple here, probably. Believe me, I may be talking like a portrait artist, but I'm no portrait artist. I prefer landscape. But you can see that the same, you need to understand. There, look at that. That's good. Now you can see, so this is the drawing process I'm going to mention again. The drawing process, you see, I didn't involve any tools. Did not involve any tools apart from the line brush here. That's it, or shade brush, I should say. That's it. And I even kept the hardness 100% and just used the grayscale here. That's all. The entire drawing relies on art techniques. It doesn't need for tools. If you learn these techniques, believe me, you're going to go a long way further than the tools. If you keep relying on tools, you'll be limited by the tools. That's all I can say. Okay, so now you can see the drawing process. You get to a point in the drawing process where it tells you that, takes you to the next level. It gives you an insight into what needs to be done next. Now you can see on the left side of her cheek, right, there's some dark tones. Can you see it? Actually, it is a painting. No, it's not a drawing. Actually, a photograph, I think. So can you see this lovely cheekbone that's appearing here? And I'm 90% there, but it's too bright. So, right, take that. Okay. Okay, maybe. And then you see there's a color, nice color that we haven't captured. It's here. It's a nice bit of color. Then we can change it, that gray tone. And then just touch it up. See that there? We can use the grayscale, just touch up areas. This is really fun. You can touch up areas that, see, just, it is quite dark there. And then just use this tone. There, can you see it? And then we can do her ears. Let's finish the ears. It's not totally white, as you can imagine, right? Just give the illusion. There's a black here, just under the, and so we're going to take it down and just work and then just cover that black. Okay. Okay. So now, what do we have here? I think we got a pretty good. Now you can see that there is a color here that's not quite living up to the expectation. And again, you can use the color picker, just touch up where you think it's necessary. Increase it. That's too dark. So we have a bit of this color, so and then you can reduce it. See what I did? Introduce the intent. Do you see what I did? So I did something very interesting. I picked the color tone here, and then I changed it to where it should be, right? Because I'm doing the neighboring colors, right? So this is a very good trick that you can do. You know, I told you, learn something all the time. I've applied it a few times without thinking too much. Let's take this down a bit and then finish this hair. Alright, so now what we can do, we can use the black we've got and then just shape it. I'm going to do the earrings. It's quite big earrings, isn't it? We could. See that? Now we got 6%. So we're now refining this region. Now its face is sticking. Face is more pronounced now, isn't it? And that's not bad. I mean, it gives the sense that there is some photorealism in there, right? So how are we doing for time? Oh, we're doing very well for time. We've got like 10 minutes to finish this drawing. I think it's sort of done. What we can do is we can refine some of the edges. You can see she's got a mark over there. So we can have to look at that, the colors there. Beautiful colors, shades. And then let's see if that 6% is small. I think it'll be a bit small. So I'm going to go here and use that there. And look at that. She's definitely got more colors there. Right, it's not like white. Right there. And we have, yeah, it seems to be going just here. Right there. And then she's got something interesting going on, I believe. I'm going to show here. Can you see that? She's got a nice little, I'm going to zoom in this time. You see that? Just a little line here. These are the things you spot, believe me, when you draw. So you see that sort of a pale kind of shade. Let's see if we can pull it off. And if you're not able to get the colors, right, remember it's very subtle. There. There. Then look at this color there. You can get all the shapes. And we haven't captured everything. It could be improved a lot more. You know, it could be improved a lot more. You can see that the left side is not quite there yet. And we're going to do this this chin here, this bit here. Let's take it up this color bit. So there are a lot of areas that I haven't covered yet, but I think it tells you that this, if someone looked at it normally, they could almost mistake it for a photo, isn't it? I hope so. That's the whole intention. And look at that here, right there. That is like, okay, now just fix some of this and then pick this color and then take it down and then see if we can just blend this area a little bit. And I'm going to pick, look at all the color tones. And I'm just going to under the chin just sort of give the illusion that she has a chin there. What do you think? It made a big difference, isn't it? It's these subtle changes that's gonna, there, you can get this tone that I got there, and then let me check the tone adjacent to it. Get this tone here, and then let me pick the adjacent tone, so we pick somewhere in between, and then see if that helps. Right? That might help you if you don't have to guess. I think we're going to leave out the earrings. I think. So where else do you think that could apply? You can see here we could perhaps refine that, and then the next area, look how big that is, the gap. So let's see if we can use the bigger brush to merge it, just tame that area. See, these are techniques that once you have mastery of it, and then let's see this, see what's happening here. So it's got a smooth uniform tone going on here. Let's see if we can pull it off. Yes. Then we got this tone here. And then we have light tone here. But it's not completely light. All right, I don't know. I think it's quite done, except for we need that, isn't it? Of course, we need that. You cannot have that, isn't it? So we pick something here and then go here. All right, let's see what that looks like. So it could be even passed off for a photo. I mean, it's quite a, you have to admit, I mean, we did a lot in the space of 2 hours. Right? I hope you managed to be able to tackle this. I can see that there's a little bit more work that can be done to make that, you know, I don't want to see that she's got spots or anything. I don't want her to have spots. Right, you can keep shaping that. And this really helps with your understanding of tones. Yeah. Okay, and then we haven't done the left side. Look at the left. It's got some muscle tones there. Right, let's see. So you can do a lot more. And then around this, the math piece here is a little. Right there. What do you think? See, there's so many areas. That's why the initial doing the tones is really important to set down the foundational tones. I think I learned that from having worked with landscapes as well. So that's all I'm going to do for now, and let me put something here, so just to make sure. Gives the illusion that there's an embroidery. All right, so I think we're done, and I'm going to sign this, and then we can call it a day. So I hope you've had a chance to try it. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and please do comment and tell me what you think and give any feedback. And I look forward to another session tomorrow. So please subscribe and keep me supported. And if you have any interesting subjects to draw, please send a link or any in your comments, and try out the Paintology app. It's really excellent for you to ground yourself in fundamentals, not necessarily drawing with the tools, but really homing in on technique. So you can see initially when I started to do this drawing, I was used the line brush to draw the outline. Then I focused on the big tones of the face, the forehead, and using a very big brush, 20%, nothing changed there. And then we have it in grayscale, of course, and then I gradually work my way smaller and smaller brushes and zooming in to access some of the more details within the portrait. So this in essence has been very much similar in drawing mode as in the traditional. So those of you who love the traditional can look at digital in a completely different light with Paintology, hopefully, and it's to encourage users to draw more often. That's my aim, instead of always, looking at social media, to take some time out and enjoy the pleasure of drawing. So I hope to see you again soon. I hope you've enjoyed it, and please do comment and give me any feedback. Thank you. Bye-bye.